Hey, how are you? It's Diane Banks, voice actress and radio personality in Chicago. Please subscribe. It's that little red button. And check my other vids, too. I've got over 270. My latest is Disney Pixar Up Amazing Concept Art. That's very cool. Here's what the thumbnail looks like. And if you don't want to search around for a thumbnail, you can always just go to my playlists. I have tons of them for you. And that video would be under either Disney Pixar Up or Disney concept art. So I hope you'll check out some of those things too. And yes, please subscribe. We're going to have some Easter egg fun today with two of the most famous Disney animators, Ron Clements and John Musker. Now, I don't know if you know who these guys are. If I just found out not that long ago. So if you're new to that, no biggie. But that's what they look like today. But their Easter eggs have been in Disney videos for quite a long time. Disney movies, starting back with Aladdin. So we're going to look at these. Now, pay close attention to these because at the end of the Easter eggs, we're going to have a quiz. Can you guess the Disney animation movie that Ron and John were in with their Easter eggs after we finish? So pay attention. All the answers will be here, but you make sure you're listening like we're in Disney school. And by the way, we'll do your comments at the end of the video too. Okay, so here we go. Our first one is from Aladdin, and here's both of the guys, and then I'll pull that up again so you can see the comparison. Here is, let's see, this is Ron, I think, right? I always get them confused, but here's Ron with his facial hair, and then him with his mustache, John, over here. Now, the funny story that goes with this was their first appearance in a Disney movie, and what was really supposed to happen was Siskel and Ebert were supposed to be in this movie, in the cameos as the Easter eggs, but they couldn't figure out a way to caricature Roger Ebert well without glasses. They couldn't have glasses in the story time for Aladdin, so they ended up putting the two animation directors in. So here you can see what might have been. You can see a little bit of Gene Siskel, I think, in John's character there, and then this would have been Roger Ebert. But again, because of the glasses, they couldn't work that out. But I thought that was a neat little backstory, and that's how they first came to be in a Disney Easter egg. And if you are a true animation geek, you might remember these guys from the animated show The Critic, which was way back. Really good one. You can rent sometime if you want to take a peek at that. It's really good. It's not Disney, but it's still good. Okay, so their next movie appearance, Easter egg-wise, was in Hercules. And actually, I did a video about this. Where did I put that? Here we go. Disney Easter eggs, like all kinds of movies. Frozen, Big Hero 6, blah, blah, blah. And it looks like this. But again, you can always go to my Easter eggs playlist if you want to watch that. So I did talk about that in the past. But this one, they were a couple of construction workers. And then here they are again today. So there's your comparison. I think it looks like them. And a very funny caricature, don't you think? So now it's fun to go back and look at these movies, too, and look for these guys and their Easter eggs. I love this one from Treasure Planet. They call this a most delightful iteration. John as a lanky robot Ron as a lanky robot and John what looks like an otherworldly creature. So I have not seen Treasure Planet. That's one on my list of must-sees. But I just thought this was super neat to take a close-up on because look at how cool they look. And again, you really see them, don't you? I mean, look at the comparison there. You really get that sense of the two guys. So that's another fun one to go look for, which I'm definitely going to look for that when I finally watch Treasure Planet. Hopefully you will too. Let's see, what's our next one? Princess and the Frog, Part 1. Now, they're in Princess and the Frog 2 times. And this is their first appearance. Here's another Disney movie. I got to see this one over the holidays. I'm going to make a point to see it because I know it's really, everyone says it's so good. But in this one, it looks like they were supposed to be, it says in the Masquerade Ball, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they were supposed to be real estate agents, but it took away too much from the movie, so they nixed it, and then they said it would have thrown off the rest of the movie. But when Stella jumps on the table and the cake goes flying and hits these guys, that was a perfect place to put them, and then there they are. And I just think that's a a really neat image, isn't it? And a fun Easter egg to look for. So I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go look for that one when I finally see Princess and the Frog. And so here's their second appearance. Maybe you already know about these. Maybe you've seen these, but here they are. And in this one was with the parade on the parade float. Now the funny story with this one, because a lot of these, they give us good stories to go with it. Let me see. I gotta get the right image. Here we go. So the story that goes with this Easter egg is that I guess he was super upset and sensitive about it because they gave him gray hair because he went prematurely gray in life. And this dude still hadn't gone gray, but the funny thing is during the filming of this movie he finally went gray too. So I thought that was kind of funny and poetic justice. But he said he still cringes when he sees himself gray because he was prematurely gray at the time of this. So, but like I said, he eventually went gray too during the shooting. So that's another really fun story that goes along with that. And our most recent Easter egg. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got another one or two, I believe. Okay, this is our last one. So from Moana, and then we're going to take our quiz. So get ready. Make sure you have been paying attention or watch the video again. Okay, so this is the Moana Easter egg. You might remember this one from the Tapa. Or is it Tapa or Tapas? Tapas. And then here they are. So they said they had a difficult time finding a way to work them into this particular movie. They had to make sure that it fit with the film. Obviously, they don't want to take you out of it. But there they are. And I think it's a good likeness and a fun way to work them into the movie as well. Now, there was one little side note I thought was cool that they shared with us too. There's another Easter egg that you'll probably never see, but it is in the movie in Moana. And they said here in also another nearly impossible iteration, they're carved figures when Moana runs to the side of her ill grandma. You literally can't see it, Musker says. Side note, they said, in all honesty, we tried to look for it and sadly failed. We being the people at Oh My Disney. So good on you if you can see it, but they are in another Easter egg in Moana that's like you can barely find it. So if you find it, let me know in the comments. That'd be pretty cool. And I do believe that was our last one there. So now let's take our quiz and see what you remember. Okay, so this is from Oh My Disney. Can you guess the Disney movie that Ron and John appeared in their Easter eggs? This one here. Now, Ron and John Disney movie features the Quick Beast cameo. Which one? Okay, well, actually, I don't know. We didn't talk about this one. But here's the Beast. You may have seen this in other Easter egg videos. So there's the Easter egg. Which movie was this? It was a John and Ron movie. Which movie was that? So I'm going to give you the answer. Hopefully you had a couple seconds to think about it. It's Aladdin. Okay, and here's our next one. Which Disney movie do Ron and John appear as these characters? Now this is the one we just talked about. So which one was that? Treasure Planet, Mulan, Little Mermaid, or Chicken Little? The answer is Treasure Planet. Good if you knew it. How about this one? Which movie is this Ron cameo from? This is the first movie we talked about. Remember the first one they were in. Is it Tarzan, Peter Pan, Treasure Planet, or Aladdin? The answer is Aladdin. Good if you knew. We talked about this too. Which movie features Ron and John as these two construction workers? Pocahontas, Little Princess and the Frog, Mulan, or Hercules? The answer is Hercules. And then Ron and John, a Disney movie of theirs again, has a cameo of Mickey, Goofy, and Donald within the first 5 minutes of the film. Ooh, this one we didn't talk about, but let's see if you know. Okay, it's Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Moana, or The Great Mouse Detective. The answer is The Little Mermaid. And actually, I'm going to give you a little moment from that so you can see that they are indeed. Here's King Triton. This is at the beginning of the movie. There's Goofy, there's Donald, there's Mickey. So, and again, you may have seen that in other Easter egg videos, but that's a Ron and John movie, so that counts. And then which Disney movie do Ron and John appear briefly as these two characters? Remember, we just talked about this as the cake flip. So which movie was that? Was it Great Mouse Detective, Little Mermaid, Princess and the Frog, or Beauty and the Beast? The answer is Princess and the Frog. And then, true or false, Ron and John made 2 Easter egg appearances in Moana. Remember, we just talked about this. The answer is true, because there's the one where they're on the Tapas, and the other we couldn't really find. It's so hidden. And then, dressed in a red suit, Stitch makes a cameo in which Ron and John Disney film? We didn't talk about this one, but you know what? I've been kind of flipping through the Easter eggs. You might have guessed. Princess and the Frog, Moana, Aladdin, or Treasure Planet? You're a true Disney file if you know this one. The answer is Treasure Planet. And let me show you the little Easter egg moment. I've not seen Treasure Planet. I think we talked about. I don't know if you have, but maybe you actually saw this Easter egg. There he is. There's Stitch in his little red shirt up on the little boy's shelf. In Treasure Planet. So that's a good one if you knew that one. And which Disney movie was the first film that Ron and John made a cameo in? Remember, we just talked about it. Great Mouse Detective, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, or Hercules? The answer is Aladdin. And which Disney movie is this cameo of John from? So we looked at this. Where's our... I'm pulling up all the wrong files here. Sorry, I got a lot of photos. I thought I pulled it up. There we go. Which one is this from? Da, 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 da. Goodness. I'm getting lost here. Which one is this from? Home on the Range, Princess and the Frog, Atlantis, or Treasure Planet? The answer is The Princess and the Frog. And then, true or false, John and Ron always appeared together in their film cameos. You kind of got a guess on this one, but what do you think? True? True. And then total number of times Ron and John have appeared in their own films is, this one's a little tricky, because remember that hidden one in Moana that we couldn't find? 4, 5, 6, or 7. The correct answer is 7. Ta-da! We got a perfect score. All right. And let me know if you took the quiz with me and how you did in the comments. I would love to know that. And we'll get to comments. Speaking of, we're going to look at your comments now. Okay, from my video, 11 hardest desserts to make, Mikkel Hose went on to make an interesting comment here, which you might want to check out. She says, or he says, croquembouche, not hard to make, just time-consuming with all the cream puffs. Usually 50 to 70 cream puffs. And the pastry cream you have to make that fits 50 to 70 cream puffs, plus the design of angel threads or angle threads. I'm not a cook, so I don't know, but that's pretty cool. And this is an interesting thread if you want to read through that. So thank you, Mikkel, for your comments there. And then another interesting thread with Jack Ryder and Clay Carmichael about the Olaf being the newest float in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Jack Ryder says, wasn't there a Muppets performance at the start of the show last year? And Clay says, it was Sesame Street, not the Muppets. Then Jack says, I'm pretty sure I saw an Electric Mayhem performance before the show. So if you guys want to jump into that conversation. So thanks as always, you guys, for your great comments. We'll pop quickly to Instagram before we wrap up from my video about the Disney Pixar Amazing concept art from Up, which we just talked about. Thanks to Mary Art 008 who says, very beautiful picture. Thank you much. And we'll grab one more here. How about Muppets who look like Disney characters? Go watch this video too. And is It's Star Alage really liked it and says fascinating. So thank you as always for your great comments. Please subscribe. Let me know how you did on the quiz and if there's any favorite Easter eggs that we looked at that you really liked. It's Diane Banks. Thanks as always for watching. Yes, please subscribe and we'll talk very soon.